byes, one would feel. Wait for the call from umpire Parker. Yes, 4 byes. Ball swinging the other way this time. And all of a sudden, it's none for 5.
Ganguly didn't like it. He flinched there. And look at it swing late after the bat. It was on the way across the left-hander. He didn't like the look of it. He fended at it, and watch it dip now. The atmosphere is conducive to plenty in the air, and now off the seam. Maybe this wicket's got a little bit in it.
In the air now, it's got. Oh no! He's dropped the sitter. Straight into the hands of Gully. Angled bat, Damien Martyn puts it down. What a first over.
In swinging wide, out swinging 4 byes. Gets it right, the outside edge straight to Damien Martyn. So no more.
It's deep enough. It's just almost on the circle. Gillespie can't believe it. There he goes, he'll go away for 4. Only the 2 slips in. He went for the drive, got a good genuine outside edge, catchable height for a 3rd slip.
Ponning's had a good go at it. Wouldn't surprise me to see the Australians catch these, but not the easy ones. 1 foot in it. Again, a tentative push by Tendulkar. No conviction about it, but perfect bowling by Williams.
That's better. Beautifully played off the stumps into the gap and pick up 3. Once you bowl straight, the great player works you beautifully through the onside. It's whipped down to fine leg, just the single.
Ever since he's put the 3rd slip in, he hasn't really tried too many outswingers. Now to the left-hander, he wants to swing it into him. He's got a right calf problem of some sort. Can't get the outside of his right lower leg going. That's what it is. So a long period at the crease, running between wickets, as much as, for example, Adam Gilchrist had to do in Hobart. That will really test out that little strain.
Bang that through. Captain bounce that much. And Gilby won't be tied down for too long here. He realises it's a good pitch. He's won the toss. He's batted. He needs to get on with it. He gives himself some room. The ball didn't bounce. Fairness to him, stayed quite low. Well played. 1 bounce over the rope. 4.
What a beauty. He's played and missed this a couple of times, and now he crunches one straight out of the middle. Don't worry about taunting him. He had it on his mind ever since starting this innings. That's the shot he wants.
He was right off the meat of the bat. Almost carried. Wasn't that far from being 6. Gave himself some width on the onside. Freed his arms up and bang. He goes again. That's going for the smart carry. Will it? Yes, it does. Well played, Ganguly. Taking on Gillespie. The crowd loving it.
I think 2 of the biggest square boundaries we'll see in the country as well here in Brisbane. He's made it look like a normal ground. Brisbane cricket ground now is very wide. And the ropes are in 5 or 10 metres, but still as big as we've seen. Sliced uppishly and long.
Why would you give him width? Why would you get at his body? Look, he's going to the onside. That's beautifully struck and carried by yards over the rope. And all of a sudden, 10 runs off 2 deliveries.
Well, that's absolutely smashed and along the ground the whole way. I think Brad Williams might have said something to Ganguly last over. Ganguly didn't really need to respond after hitting that shot.
3 big shots through the offside in recent times from Ganguly. 2 off Gillespie and now 1 off Brad Williams. And it's a battle that Ganguly has won, I think, throughout this summer. It seems to me the Australians have said, well, let's keep the ball wide of off stump to Ganguly and eventually we'll get him out. Now, Damien Martin dropped him earlier this afternoon, which could have brought about, obviously, a quick departure for Ganguly.
Not played too well on that occasion, and Brad Williams has had the last say. And Ganguly is gone with the short pitch delivery right at him.
Excellent bowling from Brad Williams. It's a line that I think Australia should be bowling at Indian captain for a lot longer. Over leg stump, not outside off stump. The Indian captain, who loves playing square the wicket on the offside, has nowhere to go, and Brad Williams has picked him up. So the three big shots finished with caught and bowled by Brad Williams, out for 18, 1 for 37.
VVS Laxman coming in at number 3, with Sehwag out of the Indian side today. Laxman won't mind. I think 3 is probably his favourite spot. If you ask him where he'd like to bat, I think he would say 3. And he won't mind if Brad Williams is going to bang the ball in short, although he hasn't played a lot of horizontal bat shots on this tour for some reason or other. Certainly not because he can't play them. Gilchrist's arm not what it used to be. He's got to run right out to the boundary and flick it over.
And didn't worry about using the drop punt either. I thought he might have a little kick at that one.
Well, it was a very lively innings from Sourav Ganguly. He had a lead off. It was Damien Martin was the offender. And that was a slashing shot over point. It cleared the rope and didn't thrill the bowler much at all. Well, actually, I'm wrong. He was congratulating him on a lovely shot there. Wrong on that occasion. He was back very quickly for the second.
He was back quickly, but then again pulled up short after the running. Now the first ball I mentioned, he hit for 2. Beat Brett Lee. Really just jogged it very easy. You can see he's hobbling there. No thought of even pushing for a third. On that last delivery, he picked up a quick 2. Really pulled up short after the running, and now he's doing some stretching as well, so it's certainly affecting him.
High and safe.
That ankle is certainly worrying him. It may trigger him just to come out and play some shots. Sachin Tendulkar has been letting the short ball alone all summer, but not on that occasion.
That's a good shot. Not ducking on this occasion.
That brings up the 50 for India. A lovely way to bring it up too. I've seen VVS Laxman duck a few of these short balls from Jason Gillespie, but he saw that very early. He got it way in front of square leg, almost off the toe of the bat. He saw it that well.
Oh, that's a grand shot. That field will be a little bit slow with all the rain. It's 1 for 54. Shot. Ball starting to come thick and fast now. Tendulkar has hurt his ankle there in playing that shot. I think he's asking for some tape.
He's either going to need a tape or a runner, one of the two. This is a beautiful back foot square cut. Obviously quite a lot of pain when he has to put his weight on that back right foot. That's when the ankle will be tested the most, and obviously it's worrying him at the moment.
Shot as well. This is the danger for Australia. But he'll think, well, I don't want to be running too much, I better hit all boundaries.
Beware the injured player, they used to always say, cricket terms. Man, you think you've got him down and out. He's maybe thinking about retiring hurt, thinking about getting a runner out there. All of a sudden he doesn't worry too much about what sort of ball is being bowled, just plays his shots.
He's bounced that over the short point, fieldsman.
Nice piece of work too. Damien Martin and Andrew Simons. Martin did the sliding, and Simons did the throwing. Just put the pressure on Tendulkar to finish off his second run, which is always a good thing to do when you've got a batsman who's slightly injured. There's the slide, there's the throw.
Shot. Hitting very straight. I'm not sure it's right out of the middle of the bat. He thought it was going for 4 when he hit it, and then started to accelerate a little bit.
5 boundaries in the last 2.5 overs. Worrying sign for the Australians. Lovely shots though.
Four more. This is glorious batting. It's 1 for 72. That's a great shot. He really is in top class form, VVS Laxman. It's 1 for 78.
Quite did that off the middle, but it's frustrating for Brett Lee. Again, it's short, and Tendulkar onto the back foot there and smashing it away, and worse than that, it's a no ball. He's been pretty well behaved as far as that front line's concerned, having done some work on his approach. That's his first one for a while.
Well, the umpire warned him in the sense that the previous bouncer was regarded as the one for the over. He then couldn't get it right.
Oh, that's beautifully played, and it's 4. Yes, I think the problem there for the fieldsman at backward point was that the ball was going so fast, he actually took off. It was Damien Martin there, took off, and the ball actually went flying past him before he had time.
Well, they do say beware the injured batsman. Gordon Greenidge was one. Every time he started to limp, bowlers quailed.
That's his half century. Sachin Tendulkar hobbles down for a single, and everyone right across the continent of India, and certainly in this ground, all his supporters will be very happy with this, and he's not finished yet.
Yep, beware the injured batsman. You don't have to hustle and bustle too much, but he's made a brilliant 50 from just 53 balls, carrying an injury. It's nicely fielded. The 1 wicket down so far is Sourav Ganguly, the skipper. That is a brilliant piece of fielding without worrying about the man who's out. Lovely work there. Ricky Ponting, the skipper. And it's 1 for 90 and drinks. That's a real hobble from Tendulkar. He opens the innings in these limited overs internationals. Normally goes in with Virender Sehwag. But today it was Sourav Ganguly who went out there. Sehwag's out with sciatic nerve problems in his back. A few injuries around. Ganguly was out to Williams, who's also off the field with an injury problem. This is what happened with the Ganguly dismissal. Williams had dropped one in short at him. They'd had a few words out there. Williams had chipped him. Now, well, you can do yourself a bit of an injury if you perform like that. I'd be very surprised if Clive Lloyd didn't show some minor degree of interest in that.
Yes, if he'd have held his line and gone straight ahead, he might have been okay. But he does get pumped up. There's no doubt about that. And then he got really pumped up and very hot. He then disappeared off the ground. I think he might have been feeling a little under the weather. Very warm. There was an indication down on the boundary there they wanted to wrap him in one of those freezing cold ice vests.
You don't think it might have been remorse?
Don't think so, Rich. Perhaps the ice vest was punishment. Well, that might go for 4. Oh, that's very well fielded. Brett Lee has come around there and got a hand on that one. That was very well done. It looked as if it was going to be 4. That didn't quite gather it. Mind you, it didn't matter, and that brings up the 100. 1 for 101.
Let's work into the gap for a single. At a very sensibly, the ball swung early. A lot of consistent overs. Those 10 overs, most of them are off Brett Lee. He's taking plenty of punishment. Mark Taylor.
Well, the Australian bowlers are really. It was the moment that Sachin Tendulkar got injured that seemed to bring about a change in fortune for India. They lost Ganguly there after about 8 overs. Then Tendulkar got injured. He seemed to put his foot down and say, oh well.
Beautifully played, but there's a man at deep point, just a single.
Yeah, Sachin Tendulkar seemed to say, oh well, I'm injured. I'm just going to play my shots, and it was from that moment onwards he really upped the scoring rate. He now has 60 off 67 balls himself. Laxman's come in and he's looked beautiful. And I think he's one of the best players to watch in the game at the moment, VVS Laxman. He seems to have so much time to use his wrists and work the ball to the onside, but also hit some lovely cover drives as well.
Down to backward square leg, just a single. Well, that's interesting. Ganguly's gone off.
Well, Bill, it'd be fair to say that Sourav Ganguly is not the best runner when he's batting, let alone as a runner for Sachin Tendulkar. So Sachin Tendulkar may have just sent him off and said, look, I can hobble between the wickets. And that might be a better option at the moment than having to have a runner at square leg, where it gets a bit confusing for the batsman.
Oh, nice little sweep shot. And it goes for 2. For one moment I thought it was going to be 4, but it's cut off. But beautifully played, just waited and helped it on its way. He's a class act. Let's watch this. He just leans forward, controls the shot beautifully.
Well, the fact that we're only into the 24th over may have been another reason that Sachin Tendulkar has sent the runner away. Probably thinks at this stage, I'll just try and hit boundaries and singles, easy singles. He's still there around about probably the 40th over. That's when he may need a runner. They start looking to push every single into a 2 or a 2 into a 3. But at the moment, he still might be thinking about boundaries.
Ricky Ponting's point of view too, this is getting to the stage where Harvey's in his 6th over. They're very keen to keep him in reserve in final overs, but 9 wickets in hand. A wonderful record, World Cup captain. In the air, but safe, beautifully played. Doesn't have to run for that. Wafted off drive. Superb placement.
Class shot. Once again, lovely still body when he hit the shot and a still head. There's no overbalancing at the end of the shot. It was not so much premeditated, but it was in the back of his mind. Anything outside of stump full, I'm going to hit over, extra cover or mid-off. He did it beautifully.
Oh, missed that. It was short enough to get over the keeper's head as well. Just got to help it on its way. Change up there by Ian Harvey. No ball called. Wafted.
Once again, Tendulkar looking to hit the boundary. He's not looking as much to hit the 2s and 3s as he would be normally at this stage of his career. That's a clear no ball. And once Tendulkar saw it was up, he's looking to hit back over his head. So his tactics have changed slightly because of his injury. Boundaries and easy singles is what he's thinking about at the moment.
Gone almost, didn't go straight back. Beat him with a change of pace, Harvey. He was going to waft it down the ground and he just got it wide of the bowler. That's superb bowling.
No luck for Ian Harvey. This is beautifully bowled. He saw Tendulkar coming. Bowled the one out of the back of the hand. Tendulkar was looking to hit that ball over mid-off originally. In the end, he punched in the air, but got it straight enough to keep it away from Ian Harvey.
Pressure's on Ricky Ponting here. So he used his big guns. Gillespie, Williams, Lee and Harvey. It's hot. Ricky Ponting desperately needs a wicket.
Adam Gilchrist now up over the stumps for Tendulkar. Trying to keep the batsman in his crease, stopping him advancing to Ian Harvey.
He tried to get it past. Fine. Harvey asked a question.
Well, Tendulkar's going a long way across, but no support from Adam Gilchrist, who was more worried about stopping the single. He's actually outside off by quite a margin on that occasion. And the ball also bouncing too much.
Stop it.
100 partnership comes up. 5 off the over. It's 137 for 1. Up to 26.
Totally focused on the action out in the centre. In the air and got him, caught and bowled. Oh, he's got him again. Tendulkar tried to get on the back foot there to heave that one down the ground, and that has brought a smile to the face of Andrew Symonds. He's got him before in this series, and now he's got him here at the Gabba.
Didn't spin, slid straight on. Sachin Tendulkar's looking for a little bit of spin to get it down mid-on, mid-wicket. But all he got was the two hands of Andy Symonds, 86. With an injury, caught and bowled Symonds, 2 for 147.
Rahul Dravid has just arrived at the crease. So Sachin Tendulkar caught and bowled Symonds for 86, 95 deliveries, 8 fours in his knock. Laxman is still there on 33, so expect him to just lift his tempo a little bit now that Tendulkar's out of the way. And Dravid will just look as he always does, just to settle in a little bit. Just to feel bad on ball and then to see what he can do. Strong lineup. Yuvraj probably come in next. So it's cut away. That was a pretty ordinary delivery. Right now, let's have a look at the court and bowl again.
Yeah, I think he's just looking for some spin. There was some on the ball, but it didn't spin, just went on, took the outside part of the bat.
Dravid settling for one. That one over the bails. That brings up the 150.
Laxman's in a position right now where he's been a lot in his one-day career, and this is why he has been criticised in the past in the Indian circles. Just getting starts and getting to scores like this now, 38 and getting out, 2 for 157.
Well, that's well played. Very, very late cut. It's faster delivery again. Definitely look for the second, and here comes Laxman. Oh boy, I see what you mean about him being a bit of a cart horse.
Well, he's quick enough when he gets going. There's a hesitation at the right of screen. Dravid, no hesitation. Laxman really had a look twice. Looked at the man, looked at his partner. And a good throw, he could have been out. And when it gets tighter and tighter, he's going to have to lift that. It looks to me like Dravid's come in with the right attitude. He's come in really well. He's actually overtaken Laxman, and that shouldn't be the case. Laxman now has to lift, hit gaps, and pick those bars up from 30 to 50.
Full toss, he really tossed that one up. Gillespie at mid-off. Quite happy to drive down the ground at the moment to mid-off. Getting ones galore. 2 for 160. Oops, he's fumbled it. Back for the second. 8 runs from the over. 2 for 168. Well, that's nicely cut. This might go to the boundary for 4. He's got that into the right place. Yes, it's gone. Well, that's a much-needed boundary.
Very quick learner, Royal Dravid. Simon's beat him with a quicker one last over. He then got the next quicker one away, and now he's got the slow one wide of Hayden and into the ropes.
Well, he's playing that cut shot well, isn't he? Dravid, he obviously sees that area as the one area where perhaps if he gets it away late, he can get a 4. And it may just be that he fancies beating the man who's dead square down there if he gets it exactly right.
And you've got Laxman working onto the onside, so Ricky Ponting might have something to think about here.
That's in the air. There's a fieldsman down there. Won't carry though. Well, that's another single to him. So that's the first time he's got in the air. He's obviously not all that comfortable about going over the top. Likes to hit it on the ground. And that time, had he really middled it, it might have been straight down mid-on's throat.
Now he's having to scurry everywhere. Dravid comfortable, Laxman not as. When he went to hit this in the air, he had to almost crouch right underneath it.
There's 50 for VVS Laxman.
half century for VVS has come along at quite a decent rate, but not one you might have expected the way the run rate was early on. India were on a roll at one point, and it's now 2 for 197.
This time he's found the gap. Could be looking for 3, but they don't get him. That's well done by Ian Harvey.
That was one last despairing dive. He did well. Looked as though he had it covered at one point, then it was getting away from him. It was a fine effort.
Matthew Hayden to chase this time. VVS Laxman not comfortable hitting the ball in the air. That huge score that he got in Kolkata in the series against Australia. 44 boundaries, I think it was, and he's 281 without a 6. That's why he does go on and get big scores at test level, because he's quite comfortable hitting the ball along the ground, not so keen on hitting it in the air. That'll be 4. Gilchrist is annoyed, but no slip. Cost them. It's 2 for 211.
That's the spot we were talking about where it was pretty safe to hit. The big gap between mid-on, mid-off. Well, there was a loud oar from the batsman, but he got away with it. Two men out, Ganguly for 18, Tendulkar 86, Laxman 67 and Dravid 37. Still the gap straight down the ground for the batsman to hit. That's placement. Ian Harvey's not going to be able to stop the 2 there. That's good save. And good combination. 2 for 226.
Should be looking at 2. Good running. Realised that it was Michael Bevan in the deep with not the strongest arm.
Well, Laxman turned blind there. He wasn't turning towards Bevan, but he had to trust Dravid's shout. If he has come, it's Bevan.
Clark has a shy and another miss. It's 2 for 238.
That'll be 50 for Rahul Dravid. Better than run a ball, just the 1 boundary. And very useful innings. 2 for 243. Well, that's beautifully hit. Man's coming around, does well. Michael Bevan. He hasn't got the strongest arm, but he's particularly quick across the ground. And, his foot speed there saved 2 runs.
Dravid can finesse balls through third man, through fine leg, hit square through the covers with the full face of the bat, but finally he's getting it mid-on. In the air, there's always a gap over the bowler's head, and mid-off is up. That's why it's attractive.
I'm not really sure how that one's missed the stumps. Well, that's beautifully bowled again. It's going to cost him 4 runs. No luck at all there for Brett Lee. The previous one just missed the stumps, and that one's missed the stumps as well and gone for 4. 2 for 253. He's got that one. That'll be 4. Laxman was waiting for the slower ball on that occasion and put it away. 2 for 261. It's in the air. Gillespie is too square though. VVS Laxman races to 86. 2 boundaries, 2 balls for Laxman. This one off Brett Lee. And the last ball he faced for me and Harvey's over. He also put away. It's in the air. Let's pick the gap between the 2 men, one at square leg and one at mid-wicket, and raced away for 4. Well, the Australians just put the 3rd man up inside the circle to play an extra man on the leg side boundary. Still didn't work.
In between Hayden and Martin. Martin on the left of screen was well inside the rope. He needs to be careful about that. I don't see any advantage of being 15 or 20 inside the rope. As we speak, they've gone back to the old stuff. Martin back up into the circle. 3rd man gone back to the rope. The top left of screen, you'll see a man down on the boundary.
He goes again. That'll be 4 more. It's good hitting from Rahul Dravid. Noted big hitter. More of a worker of the ball, Rahul Dravid. It's 2 boundaries in a row.
Right where Damien Martin was. Brilliant stroke play. Seems to be able to place it at will. Pretty ordinary bowling by Ian Harvey. Right in the slot. Just brought that man up. You can't afford to bowl there. It needed to be up a little fuller.
This one could well be out. Brad Williams. Straight down his throat. Dravid a little disappointed he didn't hit the 3rd boundary in the row. He's done a good job for India.
He hits the more difficult of the 2. For 4, the ball before then gets the low full toss. Hits it off the inside edge. Trying to go straight over the bowler's head. Inside edge to wideish and shortish mid-on. Long on. Dravid not happy. The Australians will take it. 13 balls to go. 3 for 280.
He's found the gap. VVS Laxman was the man on strike. The 2 batsmen crossing with the fall of Rahul Dravid's wicket. Oh, beautifully hit. He's a great player to watch. VVS Laxman. Now rated into the 90s. 94.
I'd hope Brett Lee is trying to bowl Yorkers, that's it. But he's bowled bounces now in slot balls. And I've never seen a ball come out of the middle of the bat so well as that. That is flush out of the middle of the bat. He gives his stumps up. Andrew Simons is that fielder who makes no impact in the ball. Bang, that's 6 to 8 inches from the toe of the bat is the middle. I reckon he's found it.
For Laxman. He's got that fine. Gillespie's got some work to do. Does it well. We'll get 2 though. That's probably the shortest boundary here at the Gabba. Down at fine leg. I'll just get a single for that. So we move to 97. Mid-range Singh is at the other end. Excellent one-day cricketer, Yuvraj Singh, only 22 years of age. Handy batsman in this situation. He'll just get bat on ball and look for a single. Excellent fieldsman and handy left-arm orthodox spinner as well. He's flicked that away. He's got better than one. He's got four. Lovely use of the wrists. Brett Lee is copying the brunt of this wonderful batting. 13 off this over so far. His figures are up into the 80s. No wickets next to his name.
Big lofty backlift, Yuvraj Singh. Gets it up there, he's about to throw his hands at the ball, looking for a full ball. Gets something on his hip, changes his mind, whips it with the wrists. Before they fiddled with their fine leg fieldsmen a couple of times, but India have been able to play it squarer or finer, whatever's needed. Last ball.
Oh, he's bowled him. He's got it right this time, Brett Lee. It's 147 Ks. Straight and full. It's gone underneath Yuvraj Singh. Brett Lee will finish with figures of 1 for 83 from his 10 overs.
Didn't quite know what he was looking for this time, Yuvraj Singh. He got the short one, the ball before. Looking for the fuller one. This time it's the fuller one. He's way late on it. Base of middle stump. That's a good idea. 4 for 295.
Rohan Gavaskar is the new batsman. The son of former Test great Sunil Gavaskar. He'll be at the non-strikers end. As VVS Laxman is on strike and he's on 97. Ponting misses. Laxman to 98 with a tumble roll. Oh, he's done well. Just get the single. He's looking for two. VVS Laxman rightfully sends him back.
Harvey's got 4 balls to go. Laxman 2 runs.
And that will be one of them. Once again, Gavaskar looking for 2. It's not there. 4 for 298. 3 balls left. VVS Laxman is on 99 at the non-strikers end. He does well. He does very well. There's Rohan Gavaskar, got bat on ball, got it away from the bowler and ran. At the end of the day, if Williams hits the stumps, he's out. That's all right. He still gets Laxman on strike. He did everything he had to do in that instance. And now Laxman has 1 ball left to bring up 100. So India need 1 more run for 300.
And I guess there's even pressure on him. Last ball of a one-day innings, you've got your team into an unbelievable position, and it comes down to the last ball. Gilchrist is up behind me. Ponting's crowded me with the field. He's making me go over the top. Mind you, Laxman's been good enough to pierce that offside field with blistering shots off the front foot. The crowd are into it. What a magnificent climax.
Last ball of the innings. 4 for 299. Laxman 99 not out. Harvey the bowl. Oh, take that. That's well over the infield. 1, 2, 3 bounces and into the rope, and that's a brilliant 100 from VVS Laxman. 100 from 113 balls faced. Brings it up from the last ball of the innings. And now has 3 one-day international hundreds, all scored against Australia. Well played.
What a way to go to your 3rd one-day international 100. 103 not out for VVS Laxman. A stunning performance from all the Indian batsmen. 86 for Sachin Tendulkar, who was hopping around on one leg. and Raul Dravid, who played really nicely, 74 from just 64 deliveries. Didn't really go for the boundaries until right at the end of his innings, but he nudged and nurdled it around and really put on a really gutsy performance with VVS Laxman. 303 for 4 from 50 overs. So Sourav Ganguly, no doubt the happier of the two captains at this stage. It didn't go well for Australia, did it? 10 overs, no maidens, 0 for 40 for spearhead Jason Gillespie. A wicket each for Williams, Lee, Harvey and Simmons. But Brett Lee, dear me, didn't he go the journey? 10 overs, no maidens, 1 for 83, going at over 8 runs an over. So at the halfway stage of this VB game from the Gabba, Australia need 304 runs to win at a tad over 6 runs per over. Angus Fraser has been enjoying the action with me. VVS Laxman to the fore. He's a thorn in Australia's side in both forms of the game now.
Well, that was a brilliant display, a masterclass really, and how to post a first innings score in one-day cricket. Tendulkar gave them a brilliant start. Laxman comes in, play responsibly. They posted innings superbly. They didn't look for boundaries in the middle period, but they seemed to just be collecting a run a ball without taking any risk at all, and then open their shoulders up at the death. But as you said, Laxman was outstanding. He's a class act. The Aussies have seen far too much of him, and he's brilliant to watch. I don't think there's a better sight in world cricket than him in full flow.
Shades of Mohammad Azharuddin about his play.
Very much so, certainly the way that he clips balls off stump through the leg side, and just the riskiness of it all. It makes it very difficult to bowl at. You don't know quite what line you should be bowling, and I say, to me, he's my favourite. I mean, they've got 3 or 4 great players, but he's the one that I enjoy watching most.
As a bowler, that flip off the leg side, I mean, it really doesn't leave you any line to bowl at, does it, I suppose?
Well, it doesn't, because, I say, he's clipping you good balls for 2s and 3s, and if you give him any width, he's got enough room to open his shoulders. But that was a typical example of how well he read the run chase. Ian Harvey's got a brilliant slower ball, but to combat that, they looked to hoik him over mid-wicket, and they did it successfully.
Ably backed up by Sachin Tendulkar, but a real impressive innings for me was Raul Dravid, 74 from 64 deliveries. But there was an element of Michael Bevan in his play today, I felt, just knocking it into the gaps and making sure the scoreboard was ticking. It was something like 106 in 17 overs they put on.
Yeah, so 1-4 in his first 50. You're normally looking at a higher number of 4s in an innings where a player's scoring at such a rate. He's had disappointing tours of Australia in the past, but he's really come of age on this one. I say big innings at Adelaide, and it's a close call now. I mean, we talk about Lara and Tendulkar as who's the best player in the world, but Dravid's up there pushing them hard.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Hear to that. He's certainly done it in the Test match arena, that is for sure. Right, we're going to take a quick break. On the other side of that, we will show you how Australia went about chasing 304 runs for victory, because it certainly wasn't the first half of the game for them.
Didn't get that off the middle of the bat. Still get 2 for it. Didn't quite time that. The outfield has been fast enough, but it's an indication there that it didn't come really off the meat of the bat. They got 3 instead of 4.
Gilchrist has faced all 5 deliveries so far. Matthew Hayden coming on strike now for the final delivery from Nehra. Nehra coming back into the side to replace the injured Ajit Agarkar, having a bit of a problem with his back, probably needing a rest.
Well, there's the number of runs they need off the first over anyway. That's a better time stroke this time from Matthew Hayden. And they've taken 8 from the over without any undue fuss. That's bad luck, because it was almost a great save.
Balaji, the fieldsman, who gave a very good chase. Unfortunately, his little flick took the ball over the rope. Excellent timing there from Matthew Hayden.
2 men allowed outside the circle in these first 15 overs. And Matthew Hayden quite deliberately hit that in the air. And Gilchrist and Hayden will be going crook about that, because it was almost a gift. It was hit straight to the man at deep fine leg.
Too much variation in length at the moment. I think it would be worrying Ganguly the way the bowlers have started. This has happened a lot against Australia. World Cup final was a classic example of that.
They're still going to be cut off by the fielder down at deep fine leg.
When you get batsmen playing like this, that's why you need to be able to hold your nerve as a bowler, and you want some good support in the field. As Gilchrist, that was a rather wild shot. Bowler really should be encouraged by that, as long as he can maintain line and length under fire.
Brought into fielding position again. Just got his fingertips to it, almost enough to save the boundary. Off the edge. Into the boundary. Well, he may well go, but it's still 4, none for 29. Well, it was close enough to the fielder to be a momentary problem for Gilchrist when he saw it whizzing away past the right hand of the man at point, but it beat the man on the third man boundary in relative comfort.
This is a perfect example of his glorious timing. That's more like what you expect from Adam Gilchrist. Normal cricket shots hit extremely hard.
It's in the air and safe. And once again, not quite off the middle of the bat. Safe, and it's 4. That's good, sensible batting. All the field except 2 must be inside that fielding circle or fielding area that's marked out.
Well, the Indian bowlers must have known that this was going to happen. A little bit of swing there for Pathan, which will encourage him, because it means that the batsman's more likely to miss-hit it. I do like this young cricketer. He's only 19 years of age. He's under the hammer here, with both the Australian opening batsmen really gunning for the bowlers. But this is him at the end of the last over. The ball went to him, picked it up, fired it in, and here he is. He's on the way in, cap off. No thought that he didn't want to get up there and bowl to Hayden and Gilchrist. He was keen to get the ball and get at them. That's what you want to see in any cricketer, but particularly a young cricketer just starting his career. He might get hammered by this pair, but he's keen to have a crack, and you always like to see that.
The thing I like about Irfan Pathan is that he swings the ball both ways, and he can do it with the old ball as well. It's unusual to find a bowler like that. Hasn't played much cricket, and he and others say that he's tried to copy Wasim Akram, the great Pakistan left armour. But quite a decent style.
Chance at mid-on.
That is the one they wanted. Well, either one of the two. Haji has, well, in all his excitement, he's gone down on his knees. Gilchrist, the man, miscuing there at a time when Australia had taken 46 off the bowlers.
Well, that's the sort of reward you get when you're keen to have a bowl against guys who are really going after the bowling. 1 for 46.
Nicely placed. That's all they'll get, even though Ponting was thinking of 3. Yes, Pathan bowled a good delivery to take the wicket. A bit of extra bounce. Look where Gilchrist has to pick the ball from. It was up above waist height, even though it was a good length ball. And it also moved away from the batsman a bit off the pitch. In the commentary box now, Bill Laurie, and with him, Tony Greig.
Thank you, Richie, and good evening to all our viewers. Well, the run chase is on. Excitement is happening. Balaji there, tripping at the first hurdle. Oh, there's Nick, no slip in, 4 runs. That's the penalty of pay. There's a leg slip in, but no slip on the offside. And it races away for 4.
Yes, it's always worth considering a slip, I suppose, when there's a little bit of movement there. That was just a straightforward nick, would have gone straight down the throat of Slip, who would have probably been standing a little wide. You can see there just goes wide of the keeper, no chance of him getting there. However, that's the way the cookie crumbles in these matches. Fast bowlers on occasions get very frustrated. We saw that happen to the Australians today.
It'll be 4 more probably. Finally coming around, he won't get it. It's a leg gully, and that's 4. So 2 in a row from Matthew Hayden, getting 2 straight on the leg side.
That wasn't far away from the leg gully. It was in the air. They've put the man there purposely, sacrificing the possibility of a 4 to fine leg. And you just watch this one as it goes in the air on the leg side. Not far away. He went quickly to his right, about a metre away from him there.
He's hitting it through the field. It's going to go all the way. That's the strength of Matthew Hayden. Such a big man. It wasn't off the middle of the bat, but it finds a rope once again.
And the Queenslanders out of their seats. They're loving every second of this. Hayden can do no wrong here, I tell you. They've just got to see it penetrate the field. The chances are when it does that, it's going to go for 4. You're right, Bill, he is a strong bloke. Just watch him in the background there as the ball rolls towards that boundary. And then up they go.
Oh, right through him. On the walk was Ricky Ponting.
Yes, he does this a lot, and you can see when he went through the shot afterwards, he didn't move his back foot. Just watch this. Just watch how he walks away. And, that was a bad shot. That was a wide delivery. He went after it. Lucky not to nick this one to the keeper. The length was perfect as well. And the sort of delivery he should have been leaving. Either that or he should have been back and looking to steer it away on the offside.
Stormy finds a gap of cover. That's 4. Good reply. Balaji went for the width again. He put him away beautifully.
That is so frustrating. He beats him all ends up, 1 ball, and then he gets smashed through the covers next one. Yes, this is a good shot from Ponting. Also out there a little bit on the up. Boy, didn't he ever go at that.
It's very well run. Almost a collision. They're keen in him. They know they're with a big chance. Large in the bowl, almost colliding.
You don't want to run into Matty Hayden. You can pick the smaller guys, and Hayden just runs straight through him there. Full of enthusiasm. You've got to go. You go, oops, and down he goes. He didn't like that too much, but he keeps his cool. Just a little bit of a glare. Not mouthing off, just a little bit of a glare.
Even taking a backward step, India, in the test all one day, as well led by Ganguly. Charge and well stopped. Good cricket. Beautiful off drive. And well stopped. Listen to the crowd.
Oh, they're loving this. They're right into this. And Ganguly giving him a little bit of encouragement as well. Ganguly will never be far behind when this sort of thing starts to happen, let me tell you. Oh, it smashed him on the shin. And still just keeps walking. You can't hurt me, mate.
It's a beautiful shot. And it's 4. Perfectly timed on drive. I've seen Tendulkar do it. Now it's Hayden's turn. So strong. Timing spot on.
Superb stroke, and the bowler doing the right thing. That's the time to quickly swivel around and go back to your mark. Have a look at this. Right off the middle of the bat. Beautifully timed. There's a mid-on there, but well, he was just a little bit too wide.
That'll be 4 more. Beautifully played. 10 runs off the over. 10 overs bowled. Hayden goes to 49. It's 1 for 78. There's his 50. His first at the Gabba. Strike out of 132.
They're on their feet here at the Gabba. If you're one of them, you don't need to score 100 here to get a standing ovation. Matty Hayden has really entertained them, and they're on their feet.
In the air, should be out, should be out, should be out. Is out. Big wickets. Poor shot. VVS Laxman takes the catch, and a very disappointing shot from Ricky Ponting.
Yeah, I don't quite understand it actually. I think all he needed to do was to knock it around for 1s and 2s. He's trying to hit that over square leg, and unfortunately it's gone straight up. Laxman was cool, wasn't he? Have a look at this. Took it as clean as a whistle. He's a great batsman, but he's pretty safe as well when it comes to the field, and I think they've enjoyed that one. They enjoy getting rid of Ponting. 2 down for 86.
Going down the ground for almost for 6. He's gone. That's the end. Big wicket. 3 for 94. Driving square. Well caught in the gully. The Indians on fire.
Yes, he loves that shot, doesn't he? He loves the cover drive. He's gone for it. It went whistling just above the ground, like a rocket was going towards backward point, and beautifully taken. Yuvraj Singh makes a big difference in the covers to the side. Straight to Yuvraj, who snaffled the catch. Now the Indians are just slightly in front here. 3 for 94.
Big cover drive. There's only a small gap there. He's found it. And the boundary. 100 up.
Matthew Hayden's played it beautifully today. It's boundary number 9 for him. He really has used the fact that the field is up inside the circle. Catching cover man in. He's there really as a run-saving position more so than a catcher. But when you hit the ball that hard, it's particularly tough for him.
Oh, there's a mix-up, big mix-up. It goes to the bowler's end. No one's there to protect the stumps. And it's missed. Andrew Simons was the man that could have been out. If they had their clues about them, Hayden was in trouble at the other end as well.
The situation would have been in hand had this ball hit the stumps. Yes and no call, and another yes and no call, and then, well, half a pitch in it. It's a shame the bowler didn't turn around from an Indian point of view and try and get back to the stumps. Had the bowler got back to the stumps, he may have been a chance. There's Ashish Nehra in the middle of the pitch.
Simons this time pushing for 2. He's going to get there. He's gone. Easily, brilliant running.
Well, you watch that piece of running and you wonder why he called no. It's the first ball of the over. most people there would have been struggling to even think about two. Andrew Symonds made it comfortably.
That one's gone past the catching man at mid-wicket. No wonder it's gone past, because it was creamed.
He's looking to get forward here. The bowler's dug it in short, but he's good enough. Well, he's off the front foot, really. He's 1.5 metres out of his crease, playing a pull shot.
There's a drive smack down the pitch. The shortest boundary on the ground. By no means real short, though. The field's going to have no impact on it. 3 for 122.
In the air and just wide. Yuvraj is pretty dangerous in that position at backward point. He's already caught a good catch, and well, he didn't get a finger on that one, but he was certainly in the air.
Yes, you've got to keep them well away from him, because I've seen him take a couple of those diving catches. Didn't get a hand on that one, but it was a very good attempt. He anticipates well in that position.
Single to Hayden, comfortably getting it away and keeping the strike. 3 for 132. Oh, and he's caught him. That's out. Caught and bowled. That's a very good catch. Well, a wicket in his first over, and it just seemed to me that it was just a little bit slack there. That shot played straight back. Just watch this. It's turning away from him a bit. Did he close the face? Well, he just popped it back, and it was nicely taken. One-handed. It went back quicker than he thought.
That's a very, very good catch. Good delivery. It just curved in on Andrew Symonds just a little bit to encourage him to hit on the onside, and enough spin to get the leading edge. But the catch was the brilliant part. It's 4 for 141.
So Michael Clarke is the new batsman, also a youngster, so interesting to see how he goes. He seems to be a pretty aggressive player. Right, let's have another look at that caught and bowled. It was beautifully done.
Big wicket for India as far as the Duckworth-Lewis situation is concerned, because it's put Australia's target back by about 15 runs. Excellent catch. Kept his eye right on the ball, and we had a couple of caught and bowls in the Indian innings, and that one there well taken by Rohan Gavaskar, which suggests that perhaps the odd one, particularly with the slow bowlers, just not coming on. And that was full stretch.
Actually played there through the offside field. Ganguly's hands go to his head, and he realizes that this is now very important. It's actually not very easy either to see whether the rain's going to arrive. The light's on. It comes out of nowhere. Another tidy over from Rohan Gavaskar. It's 4 for 150.
Finds a gap, they'll look for two and get it. Now you get a feeling that while Hayden's there and got the experienced Bevan to come and Harvey, and certainly Clarke has been superb form, plenty of batting left. It's really a runner ball. It's Gavaskar's pitch marks at the 4 metre mark. Just changing his pace. Quick delivery, smashed away, but just the single, 5 off the over, 4 for 159. Could get two. Misfield, that's poor fielding. You take it on and you muck it up. And Gavaskar really attacked that ball, and he's got to go on with it. There's 3 of them near enough.
You can see what they were thinking. The left-hander could pick it up, but I'd still leave it to the man running in at it. Good thinking, only a minor issue.
Off the bat, was it? No, off the pad according to Kumbai. He's asking for LB. But he certainly is causing some concern to Hayden. He's only playing the sweep shot. He's not prepared to hit him down on the ground. I don't think he's picking it. That was a wrong one. Ball pad probably outside the line of off stump. But there's 2 men out for the sweep shot. He was caught deep in the test match sweeping. This is a very good battle. Experienced top spinner and Hayden in great form.
Because it all happens so quickly. If you're not quite seeing it out of the hand as well as you'd like, you've still got to play your shots because the run rate's mounting on you. And so Matthew Hayden's feeling that he's got to go through with the big shots, whereas in a test match he can take his time for 2 or 3 overs, really get to see it out of the hand. But it's all hustle and bustle. Michael Clarke and the lower order have to come in right from the word go and look for gaps in singles, twos and the odd boundary.
Rudolph charges in, goes wide of him to pick up 2 more. Cut away for a couple. It's not great bowling to a man who's in his 90s, and we'll try and encourage him to do something different. It's been a superb knock, hot day in the field. That really was a poor delivery. There's a sweep shot's in the edge, in the gap, it's going to go for 4. And races to 98 with a superb shot of the 2 men out, 10 metres apart. It was his highest score in Australia in a one-day game. He's been to the crease 44 times in recent years in the one-day internationals. Hasn't scored 100. There it goes. Superbly timed. Hayden on 98. Well fielded. 7 from the over, 4 for 177. That would have been out if it hit the stumps. Well, it was an amazing call. And what happened here? Why didn't the keeper take the bails off? Well, he was backing off. Would have been home anyway. Had to be a direct hit. The driver thought it was going to hit. And that was a big opportunity for India. Hayden on 98. Get it, close to it, here he comes, that's a magnificent 100. His 3rd one-day international 100, 2nd versus India, his 1st in Australia.
The crowd love it, they're on their feet. The pity about it is there's so much work still to be done. Hayden's delighted, but I think Michael Clarke might be more delighted. He got through the run out on 98.
Misfield. Like there's one short called the ball before. It's all happening.
Commentators are bamboozled, the crowd are bamboozled. They get a chance to clap a second time now. Here they go.
Ovation for great innings.
It was Matthew Hayden's end too that touched a little short when he was on 99.
In the air, nobody out there, that'll go all the way for 4 at least. In fact, it is a 4. And Clarke doing the job. Good supporting role.
Matthew Hayden on 99. It was 98. This was the single to make him 99. Deemed not to have made it over that line totally. He goes diving back for his 100, bat in the air. Finds out he's only 99 still. And that's the end of the 31st over. 8 off at 4 for 185.
Into the gap, beautifully played. He's very quick on his feet, Michael Clark. He plays spin superbly. It's beautifully played. Just dropped in a fraction short. And Clark, good use of the feet, back, played a regulation pull shot. He hit his back foot going well behind the stumps. That's beautifully played. Tries a reverse sweep and gets away with it. 9 off the over, a big one. It's 4 for 200. In the air, man down there, should get to it, should catch it. Oh! There goes the ball game, one would feel. That was a sitter. Balaji straight down his throat, first ball back, and what a miss.
Dig me a hole, please. I've got these people behind me for the next half an hour as Matthew Hayden might plunder that 100 that they need to win. Unbelievable. Balaji.
White ball, straight down his throat. And this time he beats him with a ripper. That's well bowled. Patan comes on, gets it right. Hayden chips it, pushes it there, bit of angle in, and you don't move. You just come in and catch it. And it goes for 4.
Thought he had him. They've had one fight. Now I've won this battle. All of a sudden I haven't.
It's gone this time. Big wicket. Good comeback by the young man. He's only 19. And he's got a big wicket. Got down in the field. Has responded with a good and retired Hayden departs. Superb bowling from a teenager.
The first man that the captain went to was Balaji. If Balaji could have got to the keeper before Patan, he would have. He was sprinting in. He's right down on the boundary. Matthew Hayden, outside edge. Good bowling, Patan. Short of a length. Hayden looking to force on the up. Patan and keeper. Hayden and his Queensland crowd. .33.5 overs gone, 5 for 204.
He goes for it and finds the gap. It's an excellent shot. The tactics that Ganguly wanted his bowler to bowl at leg stump, Clark was too good.
That was a beautiful shot. He picked the place, quite deliberately hit it square there, and he got it between two men who are not all that far apart.
Chance here. Oh, that would have been close had it hit. Never easy to run bot to bring Bevan out. Wasn't far away. 5 for 214. Oh, he's got that fine, Michael Bevan, and he'll get a boundary. Not the start the captain was after.
A dangerous man to have in there for the fielding side. Bevan is so experienced. We've seen him play quite calmly in difficult situations, and more recently in the World Cup. Keeps his head.
There's a big edge on that. Yes, there certainly is a big edge on that. Michael Clark stood his ground. It was a wide delivery. He couldn't fool Steve Buckner.
kept on the toe. And with that wicket, India's chances have increased, and Australia are going to struggle from now on. Bevan will have to take over. 6 for 224. Michael Clarke played very well, 42 from 45. And now he's gone.
He's away. He's away with the boundary. Irfan Pathan tried to surprise him with the short one, and Harvey was ready for it.
It was a good shot, but I'm not too sure it was a good delivery first up to Pathan, because the bowler has been moving the ball off the seam when he gets it up to the batsman. At the moment he's got 7.5 runs and over from him. Just needs to settle a bit.
That one's a wide. It's interesting that Steve Buckner called that a wide, because it was a very similar line to the ball that dismissed Michael Clarke to start the over. Short and wide. Michael Clarke did well to reach it. I think that would have been a wide as well. You're dead right, Richie. That was right off the toe of the bat. Pathan and the Indians are delighted. Yuvraj Singh, once again, he can't hit the stumps. And once again, Michael Bevan may have been struggling. That's a good shot. Michael Bevan, he beats that man behind point. At least two. Carter fills him in the deep, keeps it the two.
In the air, it's in the gap, it's 4. That's Bevan at his best. Final delivery, Kumble ripped away beautifully. 6 for 247. Shy misses, and it would have been out on fields. Harvey had 5 or 6 chances, India. Good pick up. Good quick throw, well short.
Well, they've given Yuvraj enough opportunities. He hasn't got the hit yet. He's been very close. I guess the fielding side, he's looking for some outside help there. The fielding side will be thinking, well, it's getting closer and closer to a direct hit.
In the air, man out there getting under it, should be out. He is, big wickets. Harvey finds Gavaskar on the fence at 7 for 249. 55 on 44 required. Big wicket. Good, safe catch in the outfield under pressure.
It's a big wicket because it means now that Michael Bevan's playing with the bowlers rather than a man who was capable of hitting some boundaries and doing a fair bit of damage himself in Ian Harvey. Safe catch there taken by Gavaskar at 7 for 249.
Three runs on the wicket off the over. 7 for 250. 54 and 42 required. This time it beats cover. There's a sweeper, they pick up 2. Backward point, they'll look for 2. They're picking the fieldsman. Kumble, not the best field. And that's 2. Not sure why Kumble's out there. He's not quick, he hasn't got a great arm. Bevan's finding the gap. It's gone for it. Mid-off's going back. It's Kumble. Takes the catch. 8 gone. Well bowled. Good intelligent bowling. Lee's gone. It's 38 of 24 required.
Well, he's kept a very cool head in this situation, Balaji. Really the only thing he's done wrong in this game is to drop a catch on the boundary. Outside of that, he's had a very, very good match. So Lee gone. It's 8 for 266.
In the air, safe. Umpire chasing hard. They'll get 2. One off 17. That's the single. Gives Bevan a strike. 30 off 16. Bevan's got to hit some boundaries. He's gone for it, and it's a very well hit. It's a very good hit. Gone for 4 through mid-wicket. It was short, and he gave it the big back lift and went bang.
Well, the gap down to 11. Too short, and he gave Bevan a lot of area to hit that ball. The captain can place a field if the bowler pitches up and at the stumps. Gives the captain a chance. But if it's short, the odds then go very much in the batsman's favour. I think Ganguly's just told him that because he's now pushed mid-on, mid-off back and brought up fine leg. Told him to pitch it up, I'll bet.
Swing and a miss. Well bowled. Short though. Bevan could have got a hold of that. It would have been 4 more over slip. 26 off 14. Just getting strike. Needs a big boundary. Misses. Got ball. Excellent bowling by the young quickie. 22 off 8. High ball, Biddulph's coming around, he's running a long way, he's caught it, has he? Very, very good catch. Very good catch. Turn in the game, good young cricketer, we've talked about him, he bowls well, that was a great catch under pressure.
Yes, he covered a lot of territory, he's come from the cover position. The important thing is here, he wanted the ball. He was off immediately, not hanging around waiting to see if somebody else was going to get there. Matan kept his eye on it all the way. And a good catch. So the young guys are doing a terrific job in this situation for India. It's 9 for 282.
Hit the Yorker, this should be run out surely. That's it, that's the end, a big win by India. They win by 20 runs, well deserved. Great batting. They were attacked early on by Gilchrist and Hayden. That's a big, big victory for India.
So despite Matthew Hayden's heroics and 109 from 107 balls, his 3rd one-day international 100 and his first on Australian soil, it wasn't enough for Australia. They didn't put enough partnerships together, or big partnerships together, 284 all out with just 2 balls remaining. A great game for India with bat and with ball. 3 for 64 for Pathan, Balaji 4 for 48 and 1 for 56 for Gavaskar on debut. So in summary, this VB Series Game 5 was taken by India by 19 runs. VVS Laxman's 103 not out, quite deservedly earning him the Man of the Match award.